Ishwar and Jay, a very, very warm welcome to Bisters. So, Mani, this is your strength of Faith Foundation.
Yes.
Ishwar, tell us that how has been your journey with Faith Foundation. So, she was sharing with me that you design the workshops. So, what has gone behind designing those workshops? Because it must be something different than what you have been usually doing, right?
Yes.
So, how does it start? How did the journey with Faith Foundation start?
I joined Vani almost in the beginning.
Okay.
So the programs have evolved over a period of time. We started off with a small workshop for children, for preschool children, when we realized that children as young as 4 years old could actually understand the message and take care of themselves. So that's where it began. And then we saw there was a dire need for workshops, sexual abuse awareness workshops for parents, adult caregivers. So that came next. As we went and implemented that, a new demand came from the schools. They said that in spaces that are shared between the older children and the younger children, there are problems like the school bus or the lavatory. The older children are exposing the younger children to sexual behavior or sexual content or sexual dialogue that the younger children are not prepared for. And right. And that obviously is a huge issue. So they said, can you do something about it? We said, fine, we will create a sex awareness workshop for adolescents, which will basically satisfy their curiosity. And in that process, guide them, coach them to make sure that they don't behave inappropriately, that somebody protected their innocence, and now it's their turn to protect the innocence of others.
Oh, so you made them responsible
Yes.
for the younger one. Wow,
Yes.
that is so amazing.
So that was the third module. And then, of course, came the desire for a workshop for adult survivors of sexual abuse. Obviously, the aftermath, if it has not been addressed for decades, the aftermath remains. But the message is that
There is
nothing is
hope.
lost.
There is hope.
Nothing is lost. Even there is hope means that something terrible has happened. We can actually cope with it in such a manner that nothing is lost. And we have everything to live for. So could we empower those people to reach that level of realization? So we came up with that workshop. And also in between there have been ad hoc workshops like empowering teachers. As I was saying, we need more organizations, more people to get into this movement because it's a deeply entrenched issue in society. So in order to address this, we have a train the trainer program so that more and more people know exactly how to address the issue, how to spread this message in society. And that's something that we are proud of.
We go to you, Jay. So, Jay, as you were sharing, you are the person who's handling all the workshops and you're the person on the field, the soldier for Faith Foundation, right? Yeah. So, please tell us your journey with Faith Foundation.
So, I approach my role as something from building an organization. You know? So, laying the steps and finding the right people who can come and help play different roles for the organization. So, it also includes creating processes and necessary structures so that it is not person dependent and we can scale up and sustain in these activities that we are doing.
So, are you also responsible for conducting the workshops?
From a coordination perspective, yes, and from bringing in volunteers required to support the workshop and all of that, logistics part, all that I take care of it.
Oh, that's a lot of work, right? To make sure that workshop goes smoothly, right? It must be
yeah.
Absolutely.
And it's a fun job too. I mean, because you get to talk to a lot of people and mostly passionate people. So it's been a lot of fun so far.
Hello, sir. A very, very warm welcome to Bistros. So, Vani and Faith Foundation has been doing a lot of work in your school past 2 years and doing workshops on various issues, child sexual abuse and sexuality awareness and a workshop for parents. So, how has been the experience for you, your teachers, children and the parents?
It's been good. If I'm talking from the point of view of children, they've been empowered to know about the awareness they are supposed to have to work to safeguard themselves if they need be. From the point of view of teachers, they are quite aware what's happening in the society around. And parents, instead of keeping quiet, they are equipped now to know what is their role and how they can probably participate in the whole process. So, from all three angles, we are trying to fit it in.
Do children feel enthusiastic about attending these workshops? There's no inhibitions?
Yeah. I mean, if you're talking about this sexual abuse, That's for younger children basically.
Yes.
So it's more of empowering them than being excited about. When it comes to sexuality workshop, yes, then there is a lot of enthusiasm and excitement and stuff. They look forward and stuff. Yes.
So it's a very, very, very good thing that you're doing. It's not like we are hoping that other schools follow your example and they, open their arms to Faith Foundation and let them do the workshop because the need of the hour. Anything that you would like to share about what should the schools do for and help Faith Foundation to create awareness?
When talking about faith, basically they're doing with a lot of passion and they have a lot of conviction about what they're doing and they're standing for a cause. So on schools having large number of students, it's their responsibility to own it up. So I think they need to join hands with faith and similar ones if they need be, so that the awareness is reached at the end of the day. Because knowledge is power. That's the least what we can do. So the least what we can do is have workshops so that we spread awareness.
Thanks lots for joining hands with Faith Foundation and creating a safer world for children and empowering them. Thanks a lot. Thank you so much, sir. for joining
Thank you
us on
very
this
much,
show.
Chaitanya. It's been a wonderful journey with you for 2 years, and I hope that we continue more empowerment and more power to your school. And thank you so much for being so brave and calling us.
Thank you. Pleasure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks.
So welcome to BizDoes. Okay, it's amazing to know that young people like you are part of Faith Foundation and helping Vani and her team to reach to children and youngsters and let them understand what is child sexual abuse. So please tell me, each one of you, how has been your experience and what you guys have been doing about it. Let's start with you, Gaurav.
Okay, so I got into faith about a year and a half, okay, maybe almost 2 years now. And I started off with volunteering to speak for the children and, actually go and make a difference to them by sharing my wisdom which I got from Vani here, and what she opened up a lot of things for me with respect to child sex abuse which I was not aware of, and I didn't know the statistics, I didn't know the kind of abuses that were taking place, I didn't know that there could be something done by each one of us. One of the best experiences that I had with Faith was when I was trained to go and teach the children how to secure their bodies. First of all, naming the private parts. That's a big breakthrough that a lot of children haven't had. And so naming it for them was a big breakthrough in my life, that I could even say it in front of them and teach them to name it themselves. And after that, because I achieved a breakthrough in the name, I could also tell them how to protect that part. And I taught them the no go tell mantra, which is a very important thing in our work. And those are few of the breakthroughs that I've had with Faith. And I also took it from there into a couple of social experiments that we did. We did a few street plays and things like that. So that's how I kept myself busy with Faith.
The best thing was the street play, where we did a role in how a family member only can cheat on the girl. So that was a nice experience. And the second thing was the social awareness in the airport. It was nice. We took selfies with the people, showing the play cards saying that child abuse and all that. But yeah, the response was pretty good, and I had a nice experience.
A social experiment where all of us were there, and that was basically about how people respond to dress code. Like, everybody says that maybe a girl is usually put an eye on because of the dress code, what she's wearing. But our experiment, what we did was, first the girl just walks like a normal girl who's dressed a little bit like modern, and then people still looked at her. And there was one side which I played, where we had covered ourselves completely in the sari and still walked, but still people look at us.
So dress is not anything to do with people.
Yeah.
They will still look.
Yeah, they will still look anyway. So maybe that point what people say is completely false. It's just that people don't want others to think out of the box usually to dress up. So maybe they put up that sentence, but our experiment proved them wrong.
Vani was sharing with me that you all have been a part of when there was this very shameful incident that happened in WebCure, and you people did some amazing work there.
The day after she told me about the incident, I was at my gym and I saw the newspaper and I saw a lot of articles about the abuse and how people wanted to protest against it. They wanted somebody to come and do something about it. And that's when it hit me, you can always protest and keep expecting somebody else to come and do something about it, but that completely stirs away the responsibility from yourself, the person standing in your shoe. So what can you do about it? So we went there with the caption, we are protesting your protest, and we don't want people to protest. We want you people to come and join us. Come and join us. we'll give you the tools to train children, to safeguard their bodies, to be in charge of their own bodies. So when there's an instance happening or they're being abused, they can look after themselves. They don't need somebody else to come and help them out. And so that's the caption and idea that we had gone with, and it was a pretty amazing experience.
The whole idea of having a youth wing there is to, to be driven by the actions. What happens, like people like me and you, Shalini, when we already have a family and we get lots of restrictions on the way, and it becomes the responsibility for the rest of the social acts go backseat. But with them, they are very enthusiastic, they have beautiful, brilliant ideas, they just need a little bit of guidance of how to put that idea in place.
Okay, so right now we are sitting with the children from Rakshana Charity, whom we've had a faith session with, and we've taught them about the No Go Tell mantra and about body safety. So let's see what the children have to say about this. So Avinash, what have you learned from about the No Go Tell mantra?
No Go Tell mantra, very useful.
Okay, it's very useful. That's coming from the mouth of a very young child. So now we'll ask Sharanya what she has learned about No Go Tell and body safety.
I am the boss of my body. No one touch me without my permission.
Yes, that is wonderful. That is a very important message for all age groups. Nobody gets to touch you without your permission. So, what do we have from you, Renuka? What do you get from this session?
If anybody touch my private parts, I say no, then I go tell.
See, there she just spoke about our No Go Tell mantra in a little more detail. So if anybody touches my private parts, I first say no, then I go, I run, then I tell somebody, and I keep telling them till they listen to me. Okay, James, please go ahead. What do you get?
Somebody touch my private parts, I will say no, and I will go and I will tell.
He said the same thing again. So this is what the children have got from the No Go Tell mantra. In the face of any danger, they first say no, then they get out of the scene, they go, and then they keep telling somebody. Is that what you people learn?
Yes.
Yes. And what is the NGO that taught you this? What do you know about the trainers? Who are the trainers who taught you this? Who taught you this? Vani madam. So Vani madam happens to be the person who has started the NGO called Faith, and they know her name too, and so they've been very impacted by what they've been trained by her. So that's what we have from here. Thank you.